my channel. Casey here, and today's video I wanted to share with you something a little revamped that I'm doing this year. They're homeschool binders. For our state, we are asked to keep some samples of work. And so years previous, I've kept binders, but I just put in the samples that I wanted to save for the year in those binders. Well, this year I thought, instead of taking so much time at the back end of the year to pull and sort and organize the things that I want to keep, what if I just keep all the, like a binder that they use each day, and then at the end of the year I just take out anything that is extra that I don't need. And with that also being like their math and language arts are in separate books, so that I will regardless have to pull samples from. But our history and science, we typically use like some kind of journaling, so why not keep those together and then let them pick their favorites at the end of the year that they want to keep, and then pull everything else out that we don't want to. So I kind of am flipping it up this year, and we're gonna have like a daily binder that the kids use, and then I don't know, for some reason to me it's easier to remove things than to try to pull and add and put together at the end of the year. So that's what we're doing. We have, each of the kids has a binder, and I got these fun little stickers at the Dollar Tree. And then I'll flip through and show you how they're laid out and how we use them each day in our homeschool. So let's take a look. Okay, so these are basic, I think they're 1.5 inch binders that I got at Walmart. They're super plain. That's all they need to be. And then for a cover page, I just printed off something that kind of resembles each kid's interest. They're all really big into drawing. Our oldest loves like the shadowing, shading, all of that aspect of drawing. He's really big into making things look 3D. Our middle son is very into Legos also, so I thought this was kind of neat. These I pulled, they're free printables off of Pinterest, but I just kind of stacked them on the page a little differently. And then our youngest is really finding his own in drawing. He loves, right now he's really big into drawing trees because his daddy taught him how to draw trees, but also anything that his big brothers are drawing, he wants to try his hand at. And I thought these robots were pretty cute. I thought he would like to try and draw those and then create his own variations. So anyways, I just printed off a cover page that sort of showcases each child's interests. And then in the back, they also have a page that they kind of worked on their own decorating, except for B here. He wasn't into that at the moment. So that's in the back of their binder. And then just flipping in a previous video, I shared our daily routine. So it's the same in each of their binders. They obviously just follow their initial, but that lets them know what they do in what order. Then in our oldest son's binder, we have just this extra pouch. He can keep added things in there that he wants to. They have a typing log for their typing lessons, and they just put a star sticker on. And then a book list of what they're reading, and then they get to review like how many stars would they give it if they really enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it. So that's at the beginning of his. And then I just have subject tabs over here. So science, we have for science journaling, science labs, all those things go in this section. And we just hole punch things we add, and then they have lots of paper to note what they want. The next tab is history. So their student explorers go in this binder, less things to keep track of, and then I have them just printed out that go along with the Good and the Beautiful history for this year. Then they have a language arts tab. So the poem that they're memorizing is at the beginning here. And then we had a blueberry accident here, it looks like. His daily checklist for language arts. So he has all of those there. And then notebook paper for dictation and spelling practice, writing assignments, so on and so forth for language arts. Then we have a math tab. He has just some graph paper here for any kind of work he's doing on teaching textbooks. If he needs to write out problems or practice concepts, he has a whole section in here with lots of paper to be able to do that. And then at the very back here is a journal. So for just their writing, daily journaling, that's his section. That's his binder. Rivers is pretty well the same. He has his daily routine, then his typing log, which we haven't put any stickers on his, but he has been doing them, and his book log. We need to record his title. Then he's got a little pouch, excuse me, for anything that he wants to save or keep there that maybe doesn't want a hole punch. His science journal pages and lab pieces. And then his history, which that came out there. There we go. His student explorer. So that. And then his goes into his journal. So just some notebook paper for journaling. Same thing with math, and I printed this off online, just a larger graph paper, bigger squares, because, you know, he's still young and writing in tiny little squares could get exhausting very quickly. So we have that for any math work that we want to practice. And then his language arts, so his poetry that he's memorizing. And then when we have writing assignments and copy work and things like that, they go here in his language arts section. So that's his binder. And then last is Blaze's. Now his is a little simpler. Same thing, his daily routine. And these are his phonics cards. I have them in here. His book log. And then his science journal, which is lots of cuteness. And then I went ahead and printed off a student explorer for him because there are some simple fun pages. You know, if we're coloring a map, if he wants to do that, it'll be hit or miss. Some days he'll want to do what his brothers are doing, and other days he'll just want to do his own thing. And I am totally okay with that. And then I printed off some wide notebook paper here. And then his journal, he drew Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and the fire. So cute. He loves writing his name everywhere and drawing trees. So that's his. And then poetry, I printed off the same poems that River is learning because sometimes he just wants to do exactly what his bigger brothers are doing. So we have those for him to memorize also and work on this year. And that is his journal, his notebook. His is obviously much simpler because all of his work is really in the Good and the Beautiful math and language books. So that is their binders for our homeschool year and how we are using them. And they just literally take them out in the morning and they sit at the table with us and they use it all day long as their checklist to work in, to put things in, everything. It's just all saved right here. So those are our homeschool binders for this year, and I look really forward to watching them get filled up as we progress throughout the school year and just having all of their work condensed into one thing instead of separate notebooks for each subject, for each kid. It just felt like a lot. One of my focuses this year was simplifying things as much as possible, and with that goes fewer moving parts to keep track of and maintain. And reflecting on previous years and trying to have different notebooks for different subjects for different kids meant a lot of, where's my science notebook? Where's my language notebook? Where's my history binder? All those different things. It was just a lot more to keep track of, where if you've seen in our other video of our homeschool like bookshelf, everything is just very simplified. And so this sits up on the top cubby with their Bible and devotion books. You know, they have their own little cubby up there, and it just sits ready to use. And then their individual subjects are in their little baskets down lower that are easy to get to since they are a little heavier. So this has been working really well so far, and definitely nice having less to keep track of or remember to put away or hunt down around the house when they migrate to different areas to work on different subjects. So drop a comment below. Let us know. Do you use a homeschool binder? Are there things that you have in yours that are a little different from how we use ours? I would love to hear about it. And thanks for stopping by. We would love to have you like and subscribe for more content.